Hello, everyone. It looks like we are live. Hi, my name's Ryan Seifert. I'm owner of Natural Fit Therapy, and I'm one of the moderators of this group. And today, we're going to talk about one of the fastest growing sports or recreational activities for adults over 50, especially here in Austin. So we're going to go ahead and give everyone just a little bit of time to come on. Just a reminder that we do these live broadcasts the first Tuesday of every month. And it's really just to help people stay healthy, stay active, and kind of give you some ideas of how you can get involved in the active Austin community. So welcome and thanks for coming today. So like I said, we're going to talk about one of the fastest growing recreational sports for adults over 50. Okay, you've probably never heard of it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but it's called pickleball, right? Kind of a funny name, and we'll talk a little bit about that today. But what's so great about pickleball is that it has a short learning curve, right? So it's not something that you have to play forever to be really good at, or even just to have some fun in, right? So golf is a very popular sport for people 50 plus, but it takes some time to get good at, and it can be frustrating and it can be expensive, right? I love golf, it's fun. However, pickleball is a great alternative to try to stay active, and we're gonna talk about that today. So we've gotten a lot of questions here at our clinic of what is this pickleball? I've seen it, I've heard it. What's the difference between that and tennis? What's the difference between that and badminton? And so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what is the sport. We're going to talk about how you can get involved here in the Austin area. We're going to share some resources, some websites, and some different areas where you can learn more and find out where you can play. And then third, we're going to talk about some of the recommendations I have to make sure that your body is prepared. So as a physical therapist, we are movement experts, and we want to make sure that while you're staying active and enjoying your retirement, we want to make sure that you stay safe as possible. So we're going to teach you a few things of how you can prepare your body and keep your body injury free, and deal with some things that may pop up while being active, especially with pickleball. So before I get into the meat and potatoes of things, I do want to just say thank you. If you are here watching, go ahead and say hi, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, or type your name in the comments. Just let us know that you're here. If you're watching the replay, we'd also like to know that you're here. Go ahead and type in the comments your name. And along the way, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to participate. Drop those comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Even if you watch the replay, we'll go back and answer those later. So again, this group is called Keep Austin Active, and the goal of it is to help empower people that are 50 plus to either get active or stay active and enjoy their retirement, right? So every Tuesday, at the first Tuesday of every month, we're going to be doing these Facebook Lives, and we're going to be talking about different topics to stay healthy and active, right? So again, comment below if you're here, let us know. And let's get going. So, all right, let's talk pickleball. So, pickleball is played with a plastic ball and a paddle, right? So, it's kind of a mixture between badminton, ping pong, and tennis, right? So, tennis is a much bigger court. Ping pong is a much smaller court. And in fact, it's actually played on a badminton court. You can play singles or doubles. So you can have a one-on-one competition between two players, or you can have two on each side and have four people. That's really what I would recommend, because it seems to be the most kind of fun and socialization of being able to have a foursome out there playing. You can play indoors or outdoors. And so it's on a badminton-sized court, and they have a tennis court like net, right? So it's a little bit smaller, and it's set up very much like a tennis court as far as the lines, as far as there is a two service boxes on each side, and then they have a no volley zone, which they call the kitchen, right? So we'll get into that a little bit more when we talk about the basics of the game. But just a little bit of history on this. Pickleball was invented in 1965 in Bainbridge Island, a short ferry ride from Seattle, Washington. My wife and I went there about, what was it, 7 years ago? Beautiful area, awesome. Three dads, Joel Pritchard, Bill Bell, and Barney McCollum. They had some kids that were bored with their usual summertime activities, so they created this game. And we get to enjoy that today. A pickleball court is, like I said, the same as a doubles badminton court. It measures 20 by 44 feet. The court is similar to the tennis court, where they have the service boxes, and then they have the 7-foot non-volley zone, which they call the kitchen, right? So the cool thing about pickleball is, like I said before, is the learning curve. You can pick this up pretty quickly, right? And it's not, I mean, it's good activity, but it's not really strenuous activity needed, right? I mean, you can get as competitive as you want. However, it's more of a finesse game, right? So especially when you're playing doubles, you serve the ball, it has to bounce, they hit it back, it has to bounce again. But there it can start volleying back and forth. So for those who are not into racket sports, a volley is when the ball is hit over the net and you hit it before it bounces, right? And so as long as you're behind that line, which is, a few feet back from the net, you can volley it, right? So you get a lot of quick little taps back and forth, they do a lot of what they call dinks, where you just barely try to hit it over the net. And so it's much more of a finesse game, and it's not as much sprinting and maybe longer distance sprints like tennis. But it's a little bit more than ping pong, right? So ping pong, I mean, you watch the Olympics and those guys are moving and really hitting the ball. But when I play ping pong, I barely take a step in one direction, right? So it's kind of a mix, and it allows you to be a little bit more active. So again, I would recommend doubles. One, you get more people, more fun. But then it also allows you to kind of spread the running out, right? Obviously, because it is a racket sport, there is some quicker movements, which is why we're going to talk about in a little bit that it's really important to warm up and do some things to prepare your body. So we're going to share a few resources in a second here. The first one, we're going to share a video that just goes over the basic rules, right? I could sit here and ramble on about what the rules are, but this video does a great job explaining it, and I think that you'll really pick it up quickly if you're new to pickleball. So we're also going to share the City of Austin recreational centers, and it gives you a great list of different places in Austin that have pickleball, right? And so everything, there's 1, 2, 3, there's like 12 different places on this PDF that we'll go ahead and drop into the link or into the comments so that you can see those and you can figure out what times. Now, important note, because of things that change because of COVID and different rules, please call ahead. It does say that on the flyer, but I would hate for someone to show up and know that that place is no longer providing pickleball. The other thing is we're going to provide is this what is it called? An organization. It's called Greater Austin Pickleball Gap, right? And so they have a bunch of different court locations on their map, all the way up to Georgetown and kind of down into South Austin, which is like the area that we serve. So, like I said, if you haven't tried pickleball, go ahead, pick it up, try it. It's a great way to stay active. However, let's talk about how can we prepare our bodies for pickleball, right? So pickleball requires a lot of quick steps, right? So if you're going to lunge and reach to hit the ball, there's lots of quick side-to-side motion as well, right? So there's not as much forward back, there's a little bit, but most of the quick steps that you're going to take are side-to-side, right? Which puts you prone for adductor strains or growing strains, right? So it's really important that you stretch and warm up those adductors, especially in those side-to-side movements. And what's great is we actually put together a video on this that we're going to be sharing next week on our favorite growing stretch and how to warm up before going into pickleball. The other things that we see a lot of people will complain of knee pain or knee issues, especially when they're trying to slow down. So they've run forward and they're trying to slow down before they hit the net, and they'll feel that pain right in the front of the knee. We'll also find a lot of people that have had knee replacement and they want to get back into pickleball and they're not really sure what to do. And so we help lots of people transition back into pickleball. So if you're an avid pickleball player and you need some help and you're not really sure what to do after an injury, then we're definitely the people that can help you with that. Just in general, you want to keep your hips, knees, and your core strong, right? So especially your glute muscles, especially the ones on the sides that are help you move side to side, right? Because that's really important to support your knees. We talk a lot about the knees end up being the victims because our hips aren't strong and our ankles aren't strong, and so the knee gets stuck in the middle and gets all the wear and tear, right? And then the last thing is doing a few things to try to help with your hand-eye coordination, right? So it is a paddle sport, right? So even just playing ping pong is a good way to kind of warm up your hand-eye coordination. Also, just playing with a ball, playing catch, are different ways that you can bounce a ball, or you can take the paddle and kind of bounce the ball up and down, kind of help you get your hand-eye coordination. But really, the best way to improve at pickleball is to just practice. It's all about having fun. So find someone of similar level, find someone who at least knows the game, but isn't, say, an expert if you're not an expert, and that's just going to be more fun to enjoy with someone at a similar level, right? So if you feel like you need help putting together a fitness routine, like I've just described, that you want to make sure you have the right warm-ups, you want to make sure you have the right stretching, the right strengthening program to make sure your hips are strong so your knees don't wear out, and you want to mix in some hand-eye coordination, then you need to talk to one of our specialists here at Natural Fit Therapy, where we can help you establish one. Ultimately, this group is just to try to encourage people to get more active and to provide resources. So if you feel like that's something you're interested in, please let us know. You can head over to Natural Fit Therapy /keep-Austin-active. So that's www.naturalfittherapy.com/keep-Austin-active. And you can go ahead and see what options are available, and you can set up to talk to one of our specialists. All right, there you have it. So if you are watching this or you've watched the replay, please let us know. Have you ever played pickleball before? Tell us what your thoughts are on it. What do you love about it? What are some things that maybe other people need to know about it that I didn't talk about? Again, this is a resource for people to share ideas. And so if you've, what do you like about pickleball, right? And if you never tried it before, let us know. Let us know what you thought. Let us know if it looks like something that you might try in the future. And just drop that down in the comments. If you need a partner to play pickleball with, if you're like, wow, this sounds really cool, there's definitely other people out there that are looking for people. So go ahead and type that into the comments. Hey, I really like this, and I would be interested in playing pickleball. Is there anyone else in this group that would be interested in well? And then we can try to connect people. We have a lot of people also here that come into our clinic that maybe aren't as active on social media. So go ahead and type it there. Even if you don't get a response, we'll try to work on finding you a partner to help you get active, right? Well, that's all I have for today. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep moving. And hopefully you guys will play pickleball or you'll do something to stay active, especially so that you can keep your body strong, active, independent, and enjoy your retirement to the fullest. So again, thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.